Welcome back. We'll start off the interview with Rahiem the Entertainer Brooks, a very powerful brother with a very powerful story that I can't wait to read. In fact, his book Laugh Now has gotten great reviews. And to learn more about this brother, here's Rahiem the Entertainer Brooks. And I was wondering if you could just tell me where the idea of your book came from.
All right. The idea of Laugh Now came from me being incarcerated, and I was reading some books on street literature, and I noticed that none of them covered identity theft and white collar crimes, at least not in sufficient detail where I was interested, because I was in jail for those sort of crimes, and I decided to basically pen a novel based on that, centered around that, and that's how Last Night was born. And then I added in the drug dealer character, which is Andre, and that came from my Sully at the time, who thought that it would be advantageous to add a drug dealer to the novel because it would be street literature. And I think in 2004, drug dealers were very popular in novels. Like, they're kind of not so much anymore, but they were very popular back then. So I did, and then he helped me create that character along with other guys that was allegedly arrested for dealing drugs.
All right. Where did the idea of your Kareem character come from?
Okay, Kareem is a fictional me, sort of, kind of. Most of the crimes that he has committed, I've definitely I've done, or I know someone that had done them, or I know firsthand that they were actually possible. Anything that's done there as crime-wise with Kareem is definitely possible. It's just that I I made them, I fabricated them and embellished the real things, and maybe chalked up the amount of money that was made off of this particular crime. But Kareem is just based off of things that I've done, things that I know that is being done in the criminal world. So that's one main reason why some of the crimes seem so real and like authentic, and I can go through things step by step because I've been there. I know what it's like to be in the bank and be jittery about committing a crime, or just knowing how to set up and plan to commit the crime. So that was basically how I created Kareem.
Okay. Well, because of your book, because of the characters, you're getting great reviews. Your fan base is strong. What I want to know is how you taking it all in.
Well, I'm taking it in. Most times I am overwhelmed, and I won't say that I'm shocked often. I will say that I feel like I'm blessed that I was able to write a story, and not saying that a bad review is impossible, but I haven't had a bad review. So the most I got was a 1 3-star review on Amazon, and her written review was much better than her star rating. I mean, when you read the written review, you wouldn't think that the star rating for that particular review would be a 3, but it was. I don't know how she created the 3 as opposed to anything higher, but I'm just thankful. I think I worked very hard, and I think that people understand and appreciate where I was coming from, because I did want to be different, and my whole thing for writing the book was that I wanted to add an extra element to street fiction and make it a little bit like better and stronger. And I think I did a good job at doing that, and people has recognized it.
Well, can I go on the record to say actually you have? I mean, like I say, this is. I mean, I'm ordering this book. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to get this book because I'm reading the synopsis. I'm reading everything, and you about to get me hooked. There better be more. That's all I'm saying. There better be more. I'm going to find you. I mean, we
You
have,
mean
huh?
you mean is there going to be more what?
There better be more books. In other words, in
Oh
other words,
yeah, well of course I have another book coming out already, but I'm going to make Rahiem and Andre, that whole brotherhood, I'm going to make that a whole full-fledged series. And so book 2 is already scheduled to be released. It's going to be, the title is Die Later, so you have Last Now, Die Later.
Oh.
And part 2 is going to be released September 5th, 2011, 2 days after my birthday. And the way that you can easily remember is the date for the release is going to be 9/10/11.
Okay. 9, 10, 11 consecutive numbers. Okay, I like that. That's pretty
Yes.
cool. Now,
I'm
go
on
ahead.
the record as originating that release date.
All right. In fact, I will definitely make a note of that, and I'll definitely put it on my show. Well, this is going on the show anyway, so um, we have a lot in common as far as what we write, the criminal element, and everything. And you said earlier that a lot of your research comes from personal experience. Do you have any other sources of research?
Well, other than interviewing and asking questions, uh, like I said, to create the Andre character, I did extensive research from actual drug dealers, the guys that were at least in jail allegedly for that. And I had several of them read it, and some of them would let me know, no, that's unrealistic. I didn't want to have a book where, I mean, if you take note, no one in my book is, you know, are millionaires. No one is, you know, got this $10 million global corporation and stuff like that. No, I didn't want anything like that. And whenever the lines start getting blurred as far as how much a kilo of cocaine costs and things like that, I actually had various sources that helped me say, no, that's not going to work, or no, drug dealers don't do stuff like that, or no, I would never go and do something like that. I will always carry a gun in this type of time, or I will have this type of gun. I won't have this little gun. I will have a big giant gun. So it does do that. I do have a novel coming out soon in 2012 that has a psychological element. And what's funny about that is that, but as far as that book and Concept, my second book that's coming out in this March or April, I actually spoke with the psychiatrist at the jail I was at, and she actually helped me develop some of the character. She didn't read anything, but I would talk to her and explain to her what it is I wanted the character to do, and she helped me identify what the person had based on what I want him to do, and she helped me develop it. These are the things that he needs to be doing throughout the book that hints at what he has when it's revealed what he has. So it helped me go back and plant things to see that, oh wow, that he was doing this, he was doing that, and this is the reason why. So, you know, as far as that goes, I have no problem with like reaching out and trying to find out things so that I can make the story better. That's what I want to do. I want everything to seem authentic and real. I don't want anyone saying that's impossible or I would never do that. I want everybody to say, yes, that's believable.
Well, another thing that you do in doing that is, see, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you're also sort of like me in the form of writing that you want, even though you got this killer story, you're trying to teach someone something. Me as far as my books go, and everyone should know by now, crime isn't always black and white. There's always some gray areas somewhere, and you have all the elements of identity theft and drug dealing. Is it pretty much so teaching people? Is actually teaching people what's out there, or what, or are you using it as some type of teaching too? Because like I said, I try to educate people with my books. Do you do the same?
Yes,
Or
I absolutely do. In
mm-hmm.
fact, I have an argument in contest where, you know, my main character is a novelist, and he has a debate with someone as far as whether or not he's educated people on how to commit fraud. When he counters and saying, no, I'm exposing how to commit fraud, but on the reverse side, you have do think that reading my books, if people pay attention to what Kareem has done, it helps them say to themselves, "Well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow myself to become a victim, at least not in this fashion, because I've just read about this in a book." You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that readers understand that if you see Kareem do something to an unsuspecting victim fictionally, then you should make sure you curtail and safeguard yourself from being a victim of the same sort of crime.
Okay. Well, I want you to. Well, now, I need you to. I know where you came for the idea for your book, but what inspired you to write in the first place? Who or what inspired you to write?
I mean, honestly, I would have to say nothing other than just reading. I was in jail, and I mean, I've read many books. I mean, at least 1,000 books I've read, and I was just in jail. Just the times where I was plowing through, those urban novels, at least for the day, just reading through them, and I was like, man, like, I mean, I'll be honest and say that I was just saying to myself, I could write this, and I could write better than this. And I just sat down and started writing one day, and I had gave it to one of my friends in there, and he was like, "Damn, this is good," but my son is in jail for the same thing, so I let him read it. So the next day, I talked to the cellie, and then he was like, "This is good. You should start writing more." So it was like I would write every day, and I mean I would write every night. My thing was staying up all night. I was quiet. I had a little the classic music station in my Walkman because I couldn't listen to R&B or hip hop because it would throw me off. I would be listening to the songs, and sometimes I find myself writing lyrics to the songs. I'm thinking one thing, writing something else down. So I found that all I could do was listen to the classical station to have something in my ear, and I would be induced on cappuccino and coffee all night, and I would stay up all night. When we locked in, I would stay up all night, and in the morning, I would give them what I wrote, and they would go over it with me. We would go over. Again, this was a part of the development process where they would help me out. It was like I had a team. Like I had a big publishing team, but we were just all prisoners. So, I mean, that's what inspired me. I really didn't have like no one inspiration other than I've always been a good writer, even in say high school and college. I always was a well writer as far as papers was concerned and doing research and stuff like that.
I was kind of laughing in the background because you actually, what you just said is actually what a writer does. First, they read something and say, "I can do better than this." Then you just start using whatever time you got and just write everything, even down to the music. I've got to have music when I'm writing. So, so,
I
so
have a whole routine. I have a whole routine these days. It's like I'm like because I'm a full time author. I have a set schedule. It is so um, it is very precise, and I have everything. I know what I'm doing it, how I'm doing it. I have notepads at my desk. I have my calendar right there. Everything is reachable. If I have something to do, and I'm not going to do it right that second. Say, for instance, like responding to an email. Making an email, I just don't feel like responding to it right then and there. I got my little pad for it, like a to-do list, and I jot things down. I'm just very meticulous, and I'm a Virgo, and I'm sure you know that. Within that realm of zodiac, it's always say that we're supposed to be perfectionists, and I think that is one of the things that is true as far as perfection and being tidy. I like to be that way. I like everything to be neat and orderly, and I think it's a defect in who you are.
no, like I say, from what you just told me, you've already officiated yourself as a writer from from jump. So everything you said you did, that's what a writer does. Where can myself and your fans buy your books?
Well, my first place to start my book will be my website, which is RahiemBrooks.com, RAHIEM Brooks.com, or you can reach the same website through the name of my publishing company, which is Prodigy publishing group, Prodigy, as in Prodigy the word, as in the child Brainiac, and publishinggroup.com. They both will get you to my website. My book is also available on Amazon, where I currently have 8 reviews, all of them from authors or actual established reviewers, not any from myself, giving myself 5 stars, no friends. Everyone on there is identifiable. I don't want just these. I see sometimes I see reviews, it's like 3 reviews, just for 5 stars. They're pretty much the same thing. Don't detail the plot of the story. And it's like, is this really a reviewer or just someone just create this stuff?
Right. Like a cookie cutter review.
On sale at several stores. Campbell in Philadelphia, Rahiem Books in Philadelphia, Nubian Books in Atlanta, Source of Knowledge and Novelties in Newark. It's on sale at Zara's in LA, Joe K's in Dallas, the Doc Bookshop in Fort Worth. It's on sale at the Urban Store in Chicago. I can't think of the name right this second, but the owner is Verlaine Singleton or Singletary, but my book is on sale at her store as well. It's on sale in Boynton Beach, Florida, and Community Book Center in New Orleans.
Wow.
This is everywhere.
That's good.
It's available on Barnes & Noble. It's available in the Philadelphia Free Library, the Miami Library, and Chicago Library. I'm working on getting it in all the major cities. I've sent them all emails. I'm following their procedures to get it in all the libraries.
Okay.
As well.
Okay. Now, go ahead. I'm sorry. You go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's as far as the book sales, right?
Okay. Yeah, I was also going to ask, is Prodigy publishing your book company?
Yes, that's actually mine. I created it. That's my brainchild.
Wow.
It's a machine. Unfortunately, right now, I'm the only machine worker right now.
All right.
But eventually, I'm looking to add a staff, add some more authors. I'm actually currently reading manuscripts now. I have released 4 or 5.
Okay.
But I've already published one other book. Jabril Jones is coming of age.
All right.
In the process of getting that out there more.
Whatever we can. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Whatever we can do to help you get your books or your company out there. I'm ready to do it on the website or the show, whichever one you need. So I'm
ready. I'm always open to anything that's going to help advance myself and others. I don't know. Well, I'm sure you've noticed I am very active as far as just the publishing world in general. I am very active in that, and I believe in supporting our industry. I buy books practically weekly. My website, my Facebook page is full of pictures with me and other authors because I actually buy books. I actually read them. I review them. I haven't stopped buying books or like to read books. I have a Kindle. I buy books on Kindle now because it's more convenient for me to just pick up and go. I can read in a barbershop chair. I can read on a train heading to the gym. I can read on the treadmill. And I don't have to hold this big, in my mind, the big book. I can just run out the door and have my phone. I don't need to have the actual paper book in my hand. So I'm loving Kindle. Although I do go to author signings often in Philadelphia. And it's chronicled. I'm active. I'm an active participant in the Facebook community groups. I'm hosting the first awards on Facebook that I created all myself.
All right.
So that sounds just active. I believe you put in, you get back what you put out. I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah, I love that. That's pretty cool. Well, I actually have one more question to ask, and I ask this of every author that I interview. It's actually more of a favor. I was wondering if you had any advice you could give for any new writer or aspiring author coming into your footsteps?
Um, I think it depends on if they're coming in as self-published or published. But my key thing is that I think that if you're coming in new, you need to be very particular and very detailed. Know exactly what you're trying to do, and then you find the resources and the tools to get you there. Because one thing I have to say, the internet is powerful. You can't sit back and, I'll be honest to say, I asked one author before I ever even got my first book, Laugh Now, fully typed out. I asked one author for some assistance. After I did that, I sent a Facebook message to about 10 authors and just asked them to comment on that blurb that I had written for Laugh Now. I didn't get a response. Once that happened, I immediately got into, ain't no one's going to help me get to where I need to be. I got to get there on my own. And I sat down and I started making detailed plans of what I wanted to do. Then I started researching on the internet and on Facebook. And you start following other authors as far as if they're doing a signing at this bookstore, you jot that bookstore down. You kind of sit them and figure out how you get your book there. And that's pretty much how I learned about bookstores all across the country. So you have to pay very close attention to the details. That's number one. And you got to be ready to just promote and actively promote, advertise, and market your book at all times.